Unfollow Isolation. Proverbs 18:1 says this. Listen what happens when you isolate yourself. A man who isolates himself seeks his own desires, so selfishness, and he rages against judgment, so you become unwise. Selfishness, and you lose wisdom when you isolate yourself. Now, can I say this to you? It's one of the real cons, I think, of the media age we live in. And again, I'm not against it. I use it. I'm in it. I get that. But it not just isolates you into your own little world, it isolates you into your own little tribe. Because the algorithm will feed you the echo chamber of the things you want to hear. And you never end up seeing the perspective of somebody else in the world. And so what happens whenever you get into this tribal idea of I'm just reading everyone that thinks like me, sees the world like me, sees ethics like me, sees people like me, thinks like I'm just getting it feed and it's being reaffirmed, and my endorphins are going off because that's what's happening biologically within you as it's being reaffirmed. And then what happens is it's starting to turn into us versus them. And it's my perspective against them. And it's what I believe about the scriptures against them. And can I tell you something? How can you ever reach a world you are against? For God so loved the world. In other words, people that don't think like you, act like you, talk like you, didn't grow up with you, don't live in the neighborhood as you. If they become the enemy, how can they ever get the good news of the gospel? So isolation is dangerous as you begin to isolate in. Why? Because you become selfish. It's about me. I'm Daniel, I'm your friend. This is the Bible. It becomes about me. And you become unwise. Why? Because you don't have other collective varying voices. The Bible says in a multitude of counselors there's wisdom. And you shut out wisdom. You don't sit down to go, I never saw it that way before. Never thought about it. I've never walked in your shoes before. Oh, I didn't know what it's like to be a single mom. Sorry for some of the things I assumed. Oh, I didn't know what it was to walk through a divorce. Sorry for the things Oh, I didn't know what it was to grow up in your neighborhood. Thanks for sharing that. But if I just get people that think like me, talk like me, and are y'all following me? I isolate myself. And how can I ever be effective for the gospel if I'm living in isolation? The Bible tells us the opposite of this is finally, you should sympathize with each other. You should love each other as brothers and sisters, not like teenage brothers and sisters when you're fighting adult ones when you should be getting along. It says be tenderhearted. What if we all just followed this verse? Be tenderhearted and a humble attitude. It would change the world.